Greetings and salutations. I'm running just a little bit late, and so please excuse me. I'm getting it together now. I'm about a few minutes behind myself. Evening, good evening. It's another amazing day in paradise. My name is Carolyn Sanders. Most people know me as Kai, and I am the CBB of Love Enterprises and the mom of one very vibrant, dynamic, and awesome young Black man named Wisdom. And he is my heart beating outside of me. What can I say? Welcome to love. Love is spelled L.U.V. And in its most basic definition, it stands for learn your value. Please excuse me if I look around every once in a while. We're out here at the park, and so I just want to make sure I keep an eye on Wisdom because I'm not sitting right beside where he is. I'm sitting in the same vicinity as the playground he is playing on, but he's not like within where I can just look up and see him. He's over on the side. And I left my notes over where in the area he's playing in. So we're just gonna wing it, and that's okay. It's a beautiful thing. So the reason for this broadcast, I've done two thus far at 3 and at 5, and I'm simultaneously broadcasting on Facebook Live and on YouTube on my YouTube channel. Both are Love Enterprises Presents because I am looking for an opportunity to earn us some money. I'm looking to work for you to earn us some money. And when I say us, I mean me, Wisdom, and you and whoever you might be. There is a cryptocurrency platform called Forsage that I am really impressed with. I've been following it for about a year and a half, and it really resonates with me as a way that I can take my dream career of being a mother and monetizing it. And not only making my dream of being a homeschool mom, a traveling homeschool mom, the CBB and birther of Love Enterprises, a dream, but to also help others fund their dreams as well. Um, and so I'm going to just a little bit about the platform. I'm not going to go into details about how the platform works. I will simply say that the best way that I've heard it described and from the way that I understand that it runs, then then a great way to describe it is a gifting platform. Excuse me, I had lost my train of thought for a minute. Some of the things that I like and that I appreciate about it and why I'm so drawn to it and am engaging in it is because one, it's decentralized. And that means that no there's no boss, so to speak. There's nobody, a central authority, there's nobody watching what you're doing and who can figure out what it is you're doing and how much you're earning or anything else like that unless they have your ID number from when you enroll. And you can keep that private or you can make it public. It's completely up to you. And what's amazing is that when you go onto this platform, you can pick any number at the bottom of the page. It tells you how many people are enrolled, and you can literally pick any number from one to the number that's enrolled at the bottom, and see the what somebody has done. And so it's really kind of cool because that's what makes it decentralized. So what is it that you're engaging in that's decentralized? It's called a smart contract on the blockchain. Now a smart contract is exactly what it sounds like. It's a contract, which means but all the details are written into the code, into the digital, into and it is then it is then built on this blockchain, and a blockchain means that it can't be changed. So for example, Forsage has three different platforms. One is called Ethereum, one is called Tron, and the last one, the most current one that they've launched, which is the one that I'm interested in building on for now, is called BUSD. So when they launched Ethereum, it was about a year and a half ago, at the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, right before COVID hit. And right around that time, Ethereum was pretty low. It was below $200 per share. And so when they built this platform, they built it um, that you would invest in a portion of a share. And so at the time it was zero point zero 0.05. So zero point zero 0.05 of a share of Ethereum at the time was anywhere between $8 to $15, including processing fees. And so I was really excited about that. I did enroll at that time and I wanted to help enroll others. And instead of just introducing it to other people, I really didn't have the vision then to just invite people to allow me to work it for them. So what ended up happening, and we know now, is that Ethereum skyrocketed. It's the number two cryptocurrency besides Bitcoin at 2,300. It's fluctuating between 2,100 and 2,300. Oh, excuse me. I'll be right back. Come on, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. You're set. I had a slight injury, but it's okay. Here, go ahead. Push over, please. Push over. Okay. So the Ethereum, what I was saying about Ethereum, what the company did is when Ethereum shot through the roof, they opened up a different platform with Forsage through Tron, and then recently, it's okay, it's okay. Whatever reasons, I didn't engage in that platform, but whatever reason that didn't work out, they didn't feel that was working out, they decided to create a new platform because they can't just go in and change the Ethereum or the Tron to be different because it's written as a smart contract on the blockchain. And so however that code is written, it is written and it can't be changed. That's what I was talking about. Please excuse the interruption. It's okay, bud. Here, come on. And so we are on a journey to engage people in, I am on a journey. Well, we are on a journey really, because this is our journey and I'm creating an account for wisdom. And that's one of the things I love about Forsage is because I have another device that can connect to the internet then I'm going to create an account for him and build a small investment portfolio for him that is decentralized that nobody else can touch. And so the idea behind doing this is that eventually he will have um, the ability to have something in his pocket to make his dreams come true. Um, Another thing that I like about this is that there's such a small cost to get involved. It's okay, just relax, just relax. A small investment to get involved. It's only, I say it's $15. It's 10 BUSD, which is what it costs to get onto the platform. And there is a cost for what another cryptocurrency, which is called BNB, which is used. It's the BNB, the smart chain BNB that is used to finance the transactions. It's the fees associated with getting onto the platform. And I suggest people invest $5 simply because that $5 is that $5 will fuel your first transaction and any of the transactions you need to make, at least for a little while into the future. And that is with um, I'm sorry, with because you can upgrade to different level to different slots, is what they call it in this gifting platform, which is not unusual. That's usually how it goes. So I was saying that the another thing that I like about it is that it's referral based. And so a lot of people don't like referrals. They think the first thing they think is multi-level marketing. I think this is great. I don't I can refer. Other people don't have to. If I know people and they're interested and I know other people that are interested, instead of just stacking everybody under me, which to me says you're stacking vertically, like along that first slot, that first level, it's okay. It's okay. Then I instead want to build vertically, which means that I will stack people beneath people, and especially like businesses, organizations, churches, community organizations, nonprofits. This is ideal for them, for even for schools, universities. I think about our historic Black universities right now, that so many of them are struggling. And if every I can just imagine if every student, let's start with the professors, if every administrator and every professor on a college campus of an HBCU invested um, under their HBCU. So you open an account through the school, through one of the school's computer for the HBCU in a very systematic way. Then all that money that would be generated could be go back to the school as revenue, which is incredible. They can become self-sufficient. Could you imagine if all the alumni and all the students then would again fall in line underneath this one account for this HBCU? It would be amazing. It would be absolutely amazing. We wouldn't have to worry about professors and hiring professors. You could even, I think people would are passionate where they would pay work for less if they had they would be comfortable with the pay they got if they had an outside stream of income that they weren't worried about coming in. And that's what I want to create. I want to create people an opportunity for people to live passionately, whatever it is they want to live, and not worry about an income, that they can have a supplemental income. This may not become a main form of income. I see it as a way to then generate some income to be able to move onto other platforms and generate more significant revenue. And so that's what I see it as, the Ethereum. As I build on the BUSD, this lower platform, then I see it growing and being able to then go back to the Ethereum platform and build on the Ethereum platform. And where BUSD is, a dollar a share equal to the US dollar. Ethereum is, like I said, is between 21 and $2,300, and it is expected to grow. And so if I turn around and flip it onto that, I take the revenue from the BUSD platform and put it onto the other platform, I'm gonna earn income significantly more, and that's what I can do for other people. If I know people and I can stack them in a way that instead of going across and it being all for me, that I can help people and create legacy and create individual wealth, personal wealth. And you know what people can do a personal wealth? Yes, baby. I know it hurts. We're gonna take care of that shortly, okay? I did wipe it off, so it's just a matter of that it's gonna hurt because it's a boo boo. There's not much and anything else I can do about it. Okay. So you just have to chill and relax right now. Okay. Excuse me, y'all. Always a mom first. That's my dream career. And this opportunity that I have right now that I'm looking at is my way to monetize it. Nobody cares about parenting anymore. I shouldn't say nobody. I should say it's not on the political agenda to help families through the pandemic. Yeah, but what happens after that? People, no, people don't realize that parenting is the solution. And a lot of times, in fact, in all cases, parenting is the problem. Parenting is our common denominator. And that's what people don't understand. It's the most important career choice that anybody can have. It's the most important responsibility anyone will ever have. Yet there's no training and no pay. In fact, in the social services world, when people are struggling, the first thing that people will do is take a child from their parents to be raised by somebody else in a daycare system, instead of teaching that parent and paying that parent to be a good parent and raising that child properly so that child can be an effective and productive member of society. They rip them away, and then that child's stuck because they're trying to serve two different masters, so to speak. And it really needs to change. And so the funds that I'm looking to generate through this endeavor are designed to build the legacy and the empire that love is going to become. And our premier endeavor is called Paid to Parent. Paid is an acronym. It stands for pleasure, appreciation, intelligence, and dignity. Those are the things that I feel are stripped from being able to parent. Pleasure. How many parents are getting pleasure with their children when they're only spending 4 or 5 hours with them a day? And most of the time, it's getting them up to get ready for school, fussing to get them out the door, and then turning around and getting them in the house, feeding them dinner, and then trying to get them bathed and ready for bed so they could go to school the next day. It's only during this time of the pandemic that families have had to engage and really learn, and families are learning about each other because they haven't had time with each other until now. And then that has had a frustrating learning curve to it. And so pleasure, appreciation from child to adult and adult to child. I love it when wisdom, my son, he takes his he'll take a toilet paper roll or paper towel roll, and he'll look around the room like this, and he's like, "Where's my treasure? Where's my treasure?" Then he'll look at me and he says, "Oh, there's my treasure. I found my treasure. I am my son's treasure." You have no idea how honored I am that that is the case. Everybody should have experiences like that with their child. He has been doing that for 2 years. And there aren't enough people that are experiencing that kind of a pleasure or appreciation with their children. Intelligence. Google and God are my greatest co-parents. I promise you. And dignity. What kind of dignity is there in parenting when you are forced to feed your child something that they might not like because it's at somebody else's hands? When you're in these shelter programs and things of that nature where they don't feed you what you're used to or even feed you what's best for you, they just feed you what they have gotten from somebody else. And so believe me, we've been through the perils of poverty. We have been God's research assistants, and it is time to do something different to really help families to not just survive but to thrive, to move from poverty to prosperity. But that starts internally and has to be manifested externally once that happens, and you will attract it. And it's so beautiful. And that is what love is for. Our premier endeavor is Paid to Parent, and we are dedicated to help families, individuals and families, move from poverty to prosperity through positive, proactive parenting practices that start with self. Because a lot of us need to be self parented. We don't escape the need for a parent. That's why God exists. We don't escape the need for a parent. So we have the ones that have to become self aware, self regulators, or self parenters, right? Self parenters. And then we can better parent others. Mostly our children, they should be, but our example might help others to learn how to parent themselves as well. And that's extremely important. And so, other endeavor, love is, I mean, love is a name that I was given back in 2008. This has been 13 years in the making. I never knew how this would come about or how it would be. Just wait for the big truck to go by. I never knew how love would manifest itself. I know that in the bigger scheme of things, love is an investment company. And God gave me that. Everything about love is God oriented. Love gave me that, God gave me that love as an investment company, because love, we have, wisdom and I have invested so much time. We have invested so much time in this endeavor through the perils of poverty as God's research assistants. And our return has been amazing. It has been wonderful and beautiful and enriching. And so I'm excited for what love is going to bring, because we are going to invest the only two things that can be invested: time and money. We've invested the time. Now we're going to work on, and we've invested money too. Oh my goodness, and places to stay and people. And we've helped people that we could help with what little we had. Um, but it's been an amazing adventure. But we want to increase that exponentially. We want to magnify that. The dream, the big dream, is to hit the road with an 18 wheeler that has a mobile home on the back made out of a shipping container, that has a mobile classroom, so we can go to communities, engage with community leaders, and have community meetings and teach what love believes, and what we see as it making truly making a difference in the lives of people, and then leaving money for those community leaders to invest in their communities and make the changes that they know their communities need. I can't leave from here and go to, Dallas, Texas, or wherever, Louisiana, New Orleans, Baton Rouge, anywhere. I can't go anywhere else and know what that community needs because I haven't lived there. But there are so many people in each community that do know or have an idea. And if we could work with those communities, bring what we have to the table that might be different than what they have, then building the village, raising the child, we raise people. And that's building the village. And we make connections and say, you know what they're doing when we hit the road and we're going to different places. I can say, you know what they're doing over in here? You should try this. Let's take you here. Let's send you there. Let's try what they're doing. Let's see what they're doing. And we can make a difference, the difference that we want to see. Like Mahatma Gandhi is known for saying, be the change you want to see in the world, but maybe people don't know how. And so that's what love is designed to do. We also are designed to bring dignity to poverty, and we do that by extending love, compassion, and mercy by dictionary definition, not by personal interpretation, because a lot of people think that they can do whatever they want and they call it helping, they call it love, they call it compassion, they call it mercy, and it's not. It really isn't. It's devastating to most people when they're treated with less than the respect and the dignity that they deserve. Um, I'm kind of all over the place. You'll have to forgive me. I said love, it's an acronym. It stands for learn your value. I said love, it's spelled L.U.V. It stands for learn your value. And obviously, your doesn't start with you, it starts with a Y. And we are using a little um, phonetic spelling. And just because that's so important to learn your value. But there are two other definitions. One is based on the scripture, First John, and it simply is God is love. And we want people to encounter God when they go through when they receive services through love, whatever that service is. And then the last definition is the opportunity, blessing, and challenge of seeing God in others, especially when they don't seeing God or goddess in themselves when they don't see them in others, honoring, reverencing, and nurturing that God within until it is manifest without. And for so many people, they don't get an opportunity to manifest God without, um, or goddess without. However, you choose to address your higher power, even if that higher power is you manifesting your greatest self. And so, the money that I intend to use with the Forsage platform is to help people do these things. And those three definitions are based on love of God, love of self, and love of others. It's the Great Commandment, found in the New Testament in Matthew. Um, Lastly, I want to say that the pillars that is the foundation of love is our first the life of Troy Anthony Davis. Troy Anthony Davis was a friend of mine. He was a black man who was executed by the state of Georgia. This year is the 10th anniversary of his execution. Um, and getting to meet Troy and hear his story and engage with him in person was a mind-blowing experience for me, and it changed my life, and it set me on this direction to help those who had been falsely accused. Little did I know that God would use this platform, would use me, not to help those that were incarcerated that had been falsely accused, but to help everyday people who had been falsely accused. Unfortunately, a lot of times those are children. We mistakenly think that they're being disobedient when they're just exploring. That's what they're designed to do. We don't know. We hurt the most important aspects of our society because we're uneducated. I have said that I'd rather see wisdom explode and become and be and have, because children learn what they live what they learn. So he's picked up so many different things from so many different people, and some of them have been grafted into him, and they're bearing fruit, and the fruit is not pretty or appetizing. And but it's my job to prune those grafts away and to prune those aspects of him, his growth away, until he is producing that pure fruit. And it's an amazing, amazing experience to see the things that have been grafted in and that I've worked on pruning away, and see how that has worked, and see how he's learned how to regulate himself and just become such an amazing young man at 5.5, you know? And it's because I've allowed him this opportunity to grow. I've allowed him this opportunity to be himself, to share how he feels. Because if he can't do that with me, and I'm supposed to be his safe space, how is he going to do it when he engages the world? And so I'm just really grateful for this opportunity to parent. And so um, meeting Troy and having that experience with false accusations and how it led to his physical death. It didn't lead to his spiritual death, but we have so many people who are walking around alive, who are imprisoned and have never set foot in a jail or a prison cell. And we have so many people who are breathing, but yet are not alive. And love endeavors to change that. We really do. We want to see something different, to move from surviving to thriving, from poverty to prosperity, internally and externally. Another pillar of love is the five tenets and the four goals of Black Love Day, a nationally celebrated on February 13th. It was initiated and established by a marvelous and innovative woman by the name of Ayo Handi Kindi. She operates a business called Positive Energy Work. She's a certified breathologist, and that's what she teaches workshops on breathing, and she certifies people to become breathologists on their own, and be able to operate a practice and teach others. And so the five tenets and the four goals of Black Love Day are an essential part of what Love Enterprises does. Lastly is the parable of the exceptional Samaritan. Now, most people are familiar with what is called the parable of the Good Samaritan. But after doing an intimate study of that parable found in Luke chapter 10 in the Bible, um, it felt so disrespectful to just call the Samaritan good. And God put it in my heart that he was truly exceptional, and that he gave us that parable. In that parable, Jesus gave us the solution, the plan, the remedy for all people who had been wounded on the road, whether they had been brought up in poverty stricken situations where their mental, their spiritual, their emotional, or their physical was impoverished. It teaches us how to move them from poverty to prosperity and all the steps that are required. And so I'm extremely grateful. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity that I have to present Forsage to you as a way to earn income and to engage people, and to just do amazing things with this platform, and to change people's lives. In closing, I was told yesterday, I was talking to somebody about how I want to help people to create personal wealth, and then we pool our wealth collectively in order to um, create the changes that we want. And they told me that one statistic is that because of the amount of economic disparity in the Black community, it would take 220 years for us to catch up. And I intend to change that number. I intend to annihilate it. That is my goal. And whoever wants to go along with me to make that happen, please do. And so I'm very passionate about what's going on. I'm very engaged because it's something different. We move this experience with Love Enterprises and Paid to Parent, it moves us from being beggars to investors. Not just in the sense that we're investing in our communities, but that we move from beggars to investors where we don't have to ask anybody else for anything. that we want, that we just go out and get it without harming anybody else, though. That we're not taking away anything from anybody else in order to get it. That we all can exist. Because I think that's the problem that we've been having is that people feel like, well, if you get it, I won't get it or I won't have it or whatever. No, 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 no. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. And that's what I'm endeavoring to change. The time is now 7:30. It is time for me to go. Even though I had a break in there, I don't want to make this long. The opportunities for Saj in closing, you need to be willing to open a cryptocurrency wallet. You need to be willing to invest $15. You need to be willing to contact me so I can give you the Farsage link to enroll with. And you need to be willing to upgrade your account. If you have a device that has an internet, smartphone, tablet, laptop, or desktop, you can enroll. The platforms you can enroll on are Token Pocket, MetaMask, and Trust Wallet for mobile, and for a desktop, it's MetaMask. If you need to find out how to engage those, please let me know because I can show you how to do it. And then, like I said, or you can do it on your own and then get back to me. So, with that, I am complete. It has been a very fulfilling day with this experience. But what I am looking to do, what I really want to see happen, is that we are going to make a difference in the world with this platform. And I'm going to keep talking. I said I'm going to do another one at 9. I'm going to postpone that one um, just because there's a lot going on right now and I really need to get wisdom into a shower. That's where he needs to go. We're in the park right now. We've had a great day here. I've done all of the 3 broadcasts from here, but now it's time to go. So I am going to, but I'm going to keep talking. I'm going to be back on here. Maybe 11, maybe 12. I'll keep posting because it is time for us to have a different experience. And it doesn't matter what color you are. But most especially because I'm a woman of African descent who represents with a beautiful skin tone of brown peanut butter chocolate mixed, maybe brown. I'm not even sure if it's peanut butter chocolate, but it's a beautiful mix of color, brownish, this brown cinnamon peanut butter type complexion. I love my color, and it saddens me when my tan goes away. But I'm just grateful that I can help people at the end of the day. If I can help people, because whether we realize it or not, um, having bleeding the same color is not our common denominator. Our common denominator is parenting. And some of us have been parented well, some of us have been unparented or not parented, and some of us have been underparented. And the solution is positive, proactive parenting practices. Peaceful, let me not forget. And so I endeavor to bring those wherever they're needed and to whoever will receive them so that our world can become a better place and we can perpetuate it on everyone who is around us and create a more loving and engaging and inviting and accepting world. Not tolerant, but more accepting world. And so, with that, I am complete. I just want to say I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you if you listen at a later time. I appreciate you checking this video out. I'm going to keep talking. So, stay tuned because I will be back. It's another amazing day in paradise. Like I said, enjoy creating your amazing day. I hope you're enjoying the amazing day that you created. Peace. Ending the streams. Please give me just a moment as I disconnect from